Did I?
Very nice. Yeah, I didn't know you had a rig. I would brought some waxes. Yeah. I do have a blunt with wax in it, though.
That works too.
So it's been about like 3 years since I've done like a interview for a podcast and stuff. So
Well, I know you got a lot going on. So
yeah. I mean, I basically figured, you're gonna ask me some questions on automotive, etc.
Right,
So
right,
just
exactly.
have fun with it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Have a good time. So what it's all about?
Yeah. How did your thing go last week?
Really good, really good. Got to meet some cool people. I don't know. You know who Peter Dante is?
I don't know.
He's from like. Have you ever seen
The
Grandma's
dealer
Boy
in
or
Grandma's
Waterboy?
Boy.
Yeah.
Alright. He's like in Grandma's Boy. He's the one that with the monkey and shit. The one that in the basement like selling weed and shit.
Know my puppy? Yeah.
Yeah, she's sweet. Her name is Bertha. But
Scoop up all this stuff, right?
yeah, I got
Yeah,
to
you're good.
meet and hang out with him and shit. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. They said they shut him down because he made some old lady puke at his.
Yeah, he was doing bomb rips.
So they had to sneak us out.
Like some old lady fucking puked everywhere.
Well, that was her fucking fault.
Right, you feel me?
Bitch, if you can't fucking take a dab like that, why you trying? You know what I mean?
She paid to throw up too.
Yeah, no shit. You paid them to make you throw up.
I didn't do the 3.8 all at once. I did the 1.8 and then a 1.2.
Right.
Or whatever it comes up to that math. But yeah, and it was on one of them damn titanium.
Yeah, that's how the only way you can do it, really, though, because it's the only thing that will keep it going.
Are we recording already?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's like kind of how we just go and then edit later. But that's how it's been working, because I mean, like you said, it's about the progression. I have a lot of, I hate to say it, youngins that follow me now, and so I got to watch what I do. There's a well. Is the well over there? No, but I always hope people can learn from me when I do it. Just being transparent with the art in general. That's why this year I'm theming all my social media kind of not a direct ripoff of Silent Hill, but my hometown has a history about flooding and everybody's all goofy about ghost hunting and stuff. So my idea is all your social media is going to be about the flood. We're going to do like a Silent Hill themed horror album, do like the Juggalo thing. See how it goes. Whoop whoop.
Yeah, that's another people we got to meet up there was Twisted. They were really cool too.
It real down to earth people. Yeah, I was kind of nervous about it. I was hoping I didn't piss them off already because
I
I'm
shared the stage with
ABK. All right, I'll like.
Couple. I've done shows with Twisted Insane. I know he's not a juggalo, but Ouija Mac.
He's on ground. Oh, so you've done Ouija Mac? He seems like he's pretty cool. No shit. Okay, Hex. Yeah, I know Hex too. He's the West Coast vibes.
Yeah, I just got booked for Doobie on April 13th.
I know Doobie.
This will be my sixth time sharing the stage with him. And every show I've done with him has gotten bigger.
Really?
Every show. Yeah.
Cool. It looks like he's blowing up. I've actually got Tasty in my Instagram DMs right now. I've been talking about putting Kasky on a feature for $6,000 here.
That's an interesting subject.
Right.
So I actually just had to dispute $800 and something from Kasky.
Really?
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
It's another
That breaks my
well.
heart.
Okay, so let's talk about that situation. That's a fun one. Okay, so let's back
Oh,
up to
shit.
right before COVID hit.
Right.
I did the feature with Joey Cool and whatnot, and Kasky was coming into town. I started listening to his music. I fucked with him, whatnot.
He's good.
I did a show with him.
I feel like he's
And I was
positive
like,
and
his
shit.
energy is amazing. Like, I want to work with this dude. So I talked to the promoter, and I was like, yo, how much for a feature? He was like, oh, he's charging $2,000. And I was like, bro, I got $1,000 right now. You know,
So he's like all over the place there,
right?
right?
The track's already ready. As soon as he sends me back, I'll send him another $1,000. And that was a done deal. We got that track back. Everything was smooth. He gave me an awesome verse, man. And then I was like, okay, I want to do a video. And so I was like, okay, I reached out to him. I was like, how much for a video? He was like, another $2,000. I was like, all right, I'll send you another $1,000 deposit. And I was like, when can we do it? He was like, well, you most likely have to come to Cali just because of my, my schedule and shit.
Is that why you flew out there?
No. Well, this was in 2019.
My bad.
So COVID hit, and the states shut down.
Okay.
So we wasn't able to do anything. So when the states opened back up, I started contacting, trying to get dates to work out, and the schedule never just worked out. And then it got to the point to where he was just taking days to respond to me. So then I got to a point to where I'm at a point to where I'm ready to move on. Whatever. I'm gonna take it as an L. Cool.
Right.
I know eventually it's gonna come back. Well, I did the show with him New Year's Eve, and I talked to him after the show, and I was like, "Yo, man, this situation happened. It wasn't really my fault. It wasn't your fault. But I gave you the $1,000 deposit. Is there any way we can make that work with something?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, I actually do remember that." And he's like, "Yeah, bro." He's like, you know what I mean? Just send me another, $850, $1,000, whatever, and hit my Instagram. We'll talk. I was like, cool. I sent him another $850 and whatnot. And he was like, all right, bet, whatever, send the track and whatnot. Then I sent my manager. He was not happy that I did this. Because he was like, he's already done this. He's already acted, sketchy on this situation. You know what I mean? Just hit him up and see if he will go ahead and take that $850 plus that $1,000, so $1,850, and just promo the track that we did. So I contacted him, and I was like, "Yo, man, instead of us doing another track, can you just take all the money I've sent you and promo our track, even if it's for on your Facebook? You're on Facebook every day." And he left me on red. So I was like, "Okay, cool. Well, you have like 60 to 90 days to go dispute some money before you can, whatever." So I was like, "All right." I waited 2 weeks. Once the third week hit, I was like, fuck that. You're not going to take my money once again. So I went to my bank, I disputed it, whatnot, and I got my money back. Well, I guess he went live on Instagram, and one of my fans had went on his live and basically said some shit to him, I guess irritated him, basically, was saying fuck him for doing me wrong, whatever.
Right, I gotcha.
And, I actually had another Instagram account at this time. I don't even fuck with it no more. But he hopped in that Instagram's account, and so the Instagram account that he messaged wasn't even the one that we was talking in. So he hopped in that one. He was like, "Yo, bro, I heard you had a problem, this, and that. What's the situation?" And he basically was like, "Who are you?" At that point, bro, it really irritated me because at that New Year's Eve party, we literally went out back of the Emerson and shot 9s off at midnight together.
Damn.
So the fuck you gonna say you don't remember me? The fuck? Come on now. So I was just like, at that point, when he messaged me back, I was like, you know what? I sent him the screenshots and let him know,
Right.
Well, he sent me a voice message, and I was like, I left him on red. I was like, I'm not even.
That's karma, right?
At this point, if you left me on red, but if I would have sent you more money, you would have been back in my inbox immediately.
Right.
So it showed me as a person. Right.
It's not somebody, right?
And it teaches me as an artist just to never be that way. You know what I mean?
I've been down that road too. I've had artists do it to me.
But what I can say, like, the homie Little Flex, shout out to him. Like, Cassie's worked with him and never done him wrong. You know what I mean? So the way I see it, like, artists that get bigger, I feel like, they have this way of saying, yo, we can screw an artist over, no, we can get away with it, but we're going to make sure that we have these other artists that we don't. So it's like, we have this person saying this person saying this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I definitely understand, yeah.
Fucking shady.
It is. We talked about that on prior episodes.
It's not for the faint of heart. That's kind of what made me want to be so transparent, I think, in the first place, because just being truthful in general, that's something you really don't get from entertainment or media at all, because even down to, I was just doing, like, schools, like, yearballs and shit, and even with just the kids, it feels exploitive, you know what I mean? I had to quit, because it was just, like, the schools are forcing shit, forcing pictures, and a lot of cases, it's more about IDing the kids. It's like, if anything ever happened, these pictures could save their lives, but...
Man, for me, it's like, it's all love in the end, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get it. It's business is business.
Yeah,
it's all
like,
the same.
Instance, like, since we're talking about, fuckery in the industry, Lil White, I grew up listening to.
Yeah, I did too.
I like Lil White. He seems like a good dude, too.
I tell you what, like, no disrespect to the man, it's all love, it's business, it is what it is. I'll never do business with him again because of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
My track, Get Turned, I actually, like I said,
No,
I
that's
did a
really
show with him,
positive.
and I wanted to, you know what I mean, get a feature from him, you know what I mean, because Oxycontin, my focus on, and that was my shit growing up. So I hit him up and I was like, yo, how much for the feature? He was like $17.50. I was like, all right, cool, that's reasonable. Send him the deposit. He sent me back the money, he sent me back the verse and whatnot, and I sent him the money before listening to the verse because I had to wait till I got to the studio. I get to the studio, we go to line everything up, and he shorted me 4 bars. He's supposed to give me a 16. It's a 12.
Ain't that fucking it?
And I'm like, really? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't know, like, act like I wasn't going to notice that. So that kind of
I hear you.
His last 8 bars of the verse is hard as fuck. I did not like his first 4 bars, so I contacted him, and I was like, hey, man, is there any way you can fix his 4 bars? And I don't know if you meant to, but I bought a 16. And he just left me on red. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever, I'm going to release it, you know what I mean? Because it did 160,000 views on Spotify. And
Hey, that's not bad.
But personally, it's just like, as an artist, again, you know what I mean? Like, if people's putting money in my pocket, I'm going to give you every dollar's worth. You know what I mean? For instance, also,
yeah.
Jaron Benton, man, he gave me a recycled verse. So,
My bad.
I did a show with Jaron again, man. I sent him his energy, and I was like, dude, I want to work with this dude. He's one of the funk volume, etc. Because I work with Dizzy Wright, too. Dizzy
Okay,
Wright,
yeah.
by the way, man, gave me a beautiful verse.
He seems really positive, down to earth.
When I hit him up, he literally told me, he was like, hey, man, I was not expecting him to hit me back at all.
Right.
He was like, I normally charge $2,500, but I'll give you the feature for $15. And he gave me a beautiful verse. So that's the reason I wanted to work with Jaron.
Yeah, every once in a while somebody will humble you, right? Like.
Yeah, so that's the reason I wanted to work with Jaron, because damn, now I work with half of what used to be Funk Volume. So and all these features that I've gotten, I've never like actually been in studio with them. The only person I was in studio with was Jaron. So I did the show with him in Chicago, and I actually wrote the track on the way to the show, performed, then we went to the studio. He came in, you know what I mean, I guess he was drunk, whatever. I recorded my stuff, he recorded his verse, I fucked with his verse hard, was loving it. And then, you know what I mean, I end up releasing it, and this guy commented, and he was like, hey bro, you stole Jaron Benton's verse.
You stole Jaron Benton's verse.
Hold on, what? He was like, no, this is the verse from Sega. And I was like, hold on. You gotta contact me on some type of social media.
I hate to say it, but I've heard of him doing that before.
Well, so I looked up the track Sega, and
I've never worked with him.
He did not switch a single word, whatever, a bar, nothing. And I was like, damn, you know, it's only hardcore fans that's gonna be able to be like,
yeah, for real.
And when he did that, I got a hold of the dude, sent him something, and I was like, yo, look at all these videos of me in the studio with him. And he was like, damn, that changes my perspective on that.
A little bit, right? Yeah.
But I can say another person I work with is C-Mob. C-Mob is out of Fort Wayne.
I know who that is, yeah.
He's gave me one of the dopest verses that I had for the cheapest price. I only paid him $1,000 for that verse.
Really?
Really cool thing about that track, though, is because, you know what I mean, he's got his album Devil and Dickies and shit. So I figure, you know, if he fucking with the devil and shit, he probably fuck with cocaine. So, you know, I have my track called My Medicine, and it has nothing, it's straight about cocaine. And so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna send him by, and that beat is made by Tasty.
Okay, that's who I got.
Dude, I overpaid for these beats, in my opinion.
It feels like that sometimes, but sometimes I look at them like NFTs, right?
For that beat. So,
25, okay.
Yeah. I feel like he overpaid me, or I overpaid for just his following and whatnot.
That's who I've been talking to too. That's funny.
You know what I mean? Because I was like, all right, I got Tasty. To me, I gotta get a dope ass feature on this with me. So I was like, all right, I'll hit up C-Mob. I sent him over the track and shit. Well, actually, I was on the King ISO show on his Get Well Soon tour. I walked up to C-Mob and
Fuck
I
yeah.
asked him, I'm okay on that.
He
I
went
asked C-Mob and I walked up to him. I was like, yo, bro, how much for a feature? And he was like, you performed tonight. And I was like, yeah. He was like, if I like you, I'll talk to you after you perform.
Heard.
And I performed and whatnot, did my thing. As soon as I got off stage, I went to the bathroom. I guess he was looking for me as soon as I got off stage. My wife told him, you know, whatever. I came out, and as soon as I came out, he was like, yeah, bro, $1,000 for a feature. And I was like, well, here's $500 now, you know, I'll send you the track, whatever, you know, I'll give you the rest. Send him over the track. It took him a couple days to reply, and he was like, oh, bro, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't actually fuck with cocaine. And I was like,
that's too much.
Like, oh, shit.
Okay.
I was like, oh, shit, my guy, my bad. You know, I'll send you another track. He was like, nah. He's like, I'm going to fuck with it, man. I'm gonna get it for you. And at that
This is a
point, I
real one.
literally told myself, I'm like, bro,
Cool,
I'm
cool.
about to get one of the dopest fucking verses of, that I purchased just because this man's about to go all in. And when he said he don't fuck with it, that verse that he put, it make it sound like he fucked with it. You know what I mean? Like, that man went in on that. So
That's silly.
I can say C-Mob did not do me wrong. Dizzy Wright did not. But like I said, it's all a part of the business. But it's like I said, it teaches me as an artist to never do that.
No, I hear that because I've been there. I've done it with a few artists now, especially the Juggalo scene. It's really hard to, because you don't know who's really big or not sometimes, and everybody has this kind of equal opportunity to be kind of infamous in that scene. So, I don't know, it's just different there.
Juggalos are fucking wild.
Yeah, I've seen some shit, let me tell you.
Fucking wild, man. Like when I think it was at the Twisted Insane show that I did. These two guys came, face painted up, and they was like, "Bro, we want to grab your nipples." And I said,
Right,
what?
like, this is
And
wild
like,
shit.
And my buddy was like, "Bro, just let me grab your nipples." And I was like, "All right, bro, whatever." I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "These motherfuckers is wild, man." Yeah, the ABK show that I did, man, was wild. But like the Ouija Mac, man, every show that I've done with him is bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, no, he's been blowing. I've been watching. He's been on my radar.
I've learned as an artist that I've done over 400 shows in the last 5 years. It's you got to pick and choose the right one.
No, for real, I'm learning that the hard way too, because
The
I've.
most I paid for a show is $4,500, and that was with Moneybag Yo, and I got raped on that show because the only reason I was cool with paying $4,500 is because it was promised to sell out of 3,000 people, and we got there. There's only 800 people there. Yeah. And
So you're talking like paying on to play the show?
Yeah. So I've done I've done a lot of shows to pay to play. In the last 5 years.
Yeah, that's like new to
My
me.
My investor had put over $100,000.
Jesus.
And features, shows, everything. You know what I mean?
It's shit's really changed since COVID. Because I remember back in the day, there was like, you'd have one person doing all that shit and going to like Kinko's and printing flyers and.
Right. It was a lot harder back then.
Yeah, and it was a lot
My
harder.
shows that I do here at the Shrine Club.
But now people are like paying to play. I can't fathom it because I don't. Like, I want to get paid for doing that. You feel me?
In my opinion, it's more about you gotta earn your place.
And I get that
If you-
too,
if
definitely,
you
yeah.
if you can't go in a city and pull 10 heads, don't expect
No,
to
and
get
that's
paid.
fair,
You
definitely,
know what I mean?
especially
Like,
if you're
like,
traveling out of
so
town.
like, okay, for instance, on this Doobie show, as soon as I heard wind of it, I contacted the motor, and I was like, "How much?" I didn't care. If you would have told me $1,000, I would have been cool with it for the simple fact it's my crowd. I'm gonna
Fred,
rock
I get that.
crowd. And he literally told me, he was like, "All right," he's like, "You got to sell a minimum of 30 tickets." I was like, "Bro, I'll sell 60 in Kokomo. It don't give, you know what I mean?" And
Yeah.
So like this show is more. I'm not paying for the show. I just had to sell a certain amount of tickets. But like I've done a lot of shows that I might pay $300 for a show, but he giving me $450 in tickets. So I sell all my tickets. I make $150 off tickets, and then I have my merchandise. You know, the merchandise is the big part of you making your money.
Yeah, definitely, no. Because the music really, like, in terms of streams, and I know what it looks like. I've got music distributed, so, I mean.
I'm getting ready to be opening a store here for my outer space case. I've been online for a few years, and I'm getting ready to get a store here in the area and start actually.
But yeah, live music's where the real money is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, man. On my Shrine Club shows, I still sometimes take L's on those shows. And like, I might not take big L's. I might only lose $100. You know what I mean? But there's shows that I've gained 300 or 400. But the way I say, you gotta take a lot of L's before you get the W's. So like on this.
No, this is true.
On my first U.S. tour, you know what I mean? I'm literally getting paid for this entire tour. And, it took me over 400 shows to even get that.
The only time you lose is when you quit. I've always been a firm
Oh,
believer.
yes.
No, that's, yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm a huge risk taker. And most of the time.
No, I really
my
like this
decisions
perspective,
just,
though, because that's what people don't see is they're like, because I do have a fair point wanting to get paid, but earning respect and, like, you do got to think about what you get out of it, because I've paid for shit and been, like, mad it took too long or mad it cost too much. But then I think about artists that have, like, really taken the time out of, like, their schedule to, like, coach me through a song and actually teach me shit. You don't get that every time you pay for it, especially for under $1,000. So I mean, like, there's some diamonds out there. You feel me? But you're gonna get
For me, the reason I don't have no issue on pay to play is because I own a company.
exactly. I get that.
Entertainment company, so the tax write-off.
And I'm looking at starting mine finally.
Yeah. So my company's been open 2 years now.
Okay, so you've been in business 2 years.
So that's the main reason I did entertainment is because it broadens out everything.
Exactly. I mean,
Literally, you know what I mean? Like
I'm
I
about
got-
to take
I got a
that
pool
dive
table
myself.
In my garage right now that I make money off of because I'm an entertainment company and that's my lobby.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I got you. Yeah, I'm looking at.
Entertainment can do with gaming, filming, you know, whatever. This, literally everything.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Monopoly
One of
board,
the-
right?
That's actually cool because one of the other things that Outer Space Case is doing is I have 10 acres of land that I bought that we're soon going to be opening a venue on.
Oh yeah, venue. That's a good point.
Nice.
Especially with us already networking, making music.
In the future on some stuff like that.
For sure. But you coming to the Shrine Club show next week, right?
Yeah.
The Shrine Club is really cool. The private property, the fact that we got a bar and shit, that makes a huge difference on hip hop shows.
I might have to come check out because I'll be booking soon
Next
too.
Friday.
That's right.
I'm not done any live yet. I'm not gonna lie. I'm nervous. Like I've gotten pretty strong with making music and releasing it, but I've not actually been on the stage yet, and
Yeah, see, a lot of people when they get on stage, people perform with backtracks, people perform without backtracks. I'm a performer that I perform with my backtrack.
I hear you. I'm gonna be a tryhard.
There are performers out there that will perform with their backtracks and they won't do 40% of their track.
I hear you. Yeah.
Literally, people gotta understand when you perform with your backtracks. Like, if you say shit a certain way in your tracks, like a cadence or a pitch, and you do not do it live, people's gonna know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hear
And
you.
the sound,
complaint from
yeah,
fans,
and the
you're
sound,
right.
and the main reason too is like I went to some shows, bro, and just the sound guy is shit. And I'd be damn if you fuck up my vocals.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know,
Yeah.
that for me personally, I don't consider myself a rapper. I'm an entertainer. Because once you touch that stage, you're no longer a rapper. You're an entertainer. If you cannot make that crowd feel, they don't care. I don't give a fuck how good your bars are. They will not remember.
And see, that's why I haven't just jumped the gun on it yet. I hear that.
Go
Yeah.
out there, like I also like when promoters book me, I will not do anything less than a 15-minute set. 15-minute set because say I got 12 minutes worth of track, the other 3 minutes is entertaining the crowd, talking to the crowd.
I hear
You
you.
can't make that crowd feel, yo, you guys are the reason that we are here. Then they ain't gonna fuck with you. That's what I found out a lot. And even with all the shows that I've done, I've always booked the slot. Like, even though I'm an opener on the shows, whatnot,
Right.
I always go last. And the reason being is because I watch every performance.
No, that's smart. That's a power
And I
move.
know, okay, what are you doing that I gotta make sure I do? You know what I mean? I've learned so much from it.
No, I hear you. That's smart.
So I mean, this Level Up tour seems like it's definitely going well.
Bro,
so.
man, it's
No, yeah.
And you got the Level Up album looks like coming out, of course, as well, right?
Yeah, man, the Level Up album is gonna be 11 tracks. I got 3 features on it. I got T-Zank on 2 features and J-Mo, which is a part of Gringo Gang.
Okay, I've heard that name
Yeah,
before.
T-Zank, man, this is actually the first time he going to Fort Wayne, going to his studios and whatnot. And that the quality of this album is sheesh. I'm sure you've seen my post where I posted about that distro kid and whatnot. I've never got one of those one of those messages that my shit was that high of quality. So
Right.
It's really cool. Not only that guy right there, he's about to do 2 shows with Lil Wayne. He's about to do a
Okay,
show with,
there you go.
Taylor Gang in April as well. So I'm a firm believer in this business. It's who you know. And this is a business. This is a
Word of
business.
mouth,
If
right?
artists do not treat this as a business, it's going to take you a lot, and it's going to take a lot from you.
Oh yeah.
Uh huh.
Like I said, with me, my manager, and my investor spending over $100K, we still haven't got that back.
No, I swear, yeah.
I'm firmly going to make it until I spend over $500K. You know what I mean? To become a
You gotta spend money
multi-millionaire.
to make money.
Yeah,
It's the real
you know what I
thing.
mean? If you want to become a multi-millionaire, you're going to have to spend hundreds of thousands.
I would say I've just dipped my toes at this point. I've spent
I'm constantly
you.
invested in
Couple grand, like, I'm-
and equipment.
no, but you get lucky sometimes. Art's like that. I consider myself, like, you say entertainer, I would say artist for me, because I paint, I do all kinds of shit. But there was a whole period of time we were like, all a friend did, she painted a corn dog, right? As a fucking corn dog. And I took like the Hellraiser lettering and I wrote corn dog in different size fonts down it. And people just wanted prints of it. I had like almost $500 in digital money come in because of this fucking corn. It wasn't even my painting. Like, I just typed some shit in, you feel me? And she started making money. And she's like, here's some of the pot. Like, that's why I love being an artist. It's like, you're not always like getting that money, but
Well, I think
every once in a while you paint a corn dog.
I think it kind of sometimes we're both is what like you know, because when you're writing music and creating music, obviously you're an artist at that point.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
But when you're on stage, it's entertainment at that.
Yeah. So I say in one of my tracks.
It's about
once you
energy.
Once you touch the stage, you're no longer a rapper. You're an entertainer. You know what I mean? Because once you go from the pen to the pad to the mic, you know what I mean? That's totally different when you touch on that stage.
Right.
I hear you.
You can spit all day and whatnot, but like I said, if you cannot make that crowd feel like they are part of that, because you guys are the main reason we are here.
It's like when you're a painter,
Exactly.
you
No, I
create
hear.
art all day, but are you going to sell that? Or
Right,
is
yeah, you
anybody
have
going
to
to buy
sell
that
it.
art?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's why the main reason that I always go last on stuff, because I want to know, okay, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And not like that, it's more of like, okay, what can I add to my, my set that I haven't done before?
Right, exactly.
So like on this tour, that's what this tour is really about for me too, is I already know what I can do on the stage. It's more of what can I add to the entertainment side. So I'm getting some props built. I got a platform that I'll be stepping on. It have my logo with lights coming out. I got two others that'll be standing up beside me that have my logos with lights coming out, that have smoke machines inside, so smoke will be coming out.
See, that's when it gets fucking fun,
So
right?
it's just little things that people be like, oh damn, that's different.
Right, I hear you. Yeah.
Once I step off of it, now it's all in the background.
That's what I make people remember you.
Here's a great example. Motley Crue. You ever seen their set? They're like one of the wildest I've ever seen. They got like the fucking Tommy Lee shits on a roller coaster, his drums, and then the bass is a flamethrower. Like, they're wild on stage, but I don't think they'd be shit now if they didn't have shit like that on stage. You feel me? Because who's really listening to... I don't know. There's been a resurgence in some classic rock, I guess, but I don't feel like that's what the youth is listening to, really. They like the trap shit, the wild shit. That's what I hear from a lot of people.
A lot of people say that they relate to my music mostly because, like, I rap about my life. Anything that, like, I released, it probably happened to me 3 months ago. Or it happened in my life.
I feel that, yeah, I know, I hear you.
That is what people want to hear. I want to hear real shit.
No.
And you're being real, exactly.
And I'm all about like my and the level up album and the storytelling with everything, like everything everything's evolving. You know what I mean? And it's crazy
That's dope.
to watch.
I've definitely seen your progression. That's why I wanted to fuck with you so bad, because like I can see from where I started watching you in the beginning. I've been watching you over about a year now or so, roughly. And you've definitely come a long way in my mind.
That's what it's all about. Yeah, no, this is dope.
It's literally about staying on the grind. It's just like after this tour. So the tour starts April 21st. I'll be back May 12th. I hop right back in the studio May 18th and start working on my 5th album. So
5th, okay, yeah, you're ahead of the game here.
Yeah, so it's gonna be the 5th album will be 15 tracks. So,
He's doing it.
Big things.
Yeah, and then we plan on having another tour as soon as that album's done.
Hey, consistency is key. Yeah, no.
We're going all the way from New York to New Mexico.
To New Mexico.
We're probably going to try to hit more of the southern areas, you know what I mean, North Carolina, Florida, Alabama, and all that shit. So, on this next tour.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things. I love traveling, so the things that you get to see while you're out.
It's going to be different.
No, yeah, for sure.
Tour support and whatnot, and then we got he's got his DJ that's coming. I got one of the securities coming, and then we got a merch guy coming. So it's gonna be 7 of us in a sprinter.
In a sprinter, okay. And you got to have a team to make money too. Yeah.
So
You made a good point
my
there.
loyalty I mixed and mastered all that, and as an artist and a rapper, a writer, bro, it took me forever. And just me personally, the type of person that I am, I was just like, I know that somebody can do way better than I fucking can at this shit.
Yeah, that's how it always is, isn't it?
That was my first move, you know what I mean, to finding the quality and the production.
Gotcha.
And I finally found a guy in T Beats, and he's got a master's and bachelor's
Well, that
at Ball State
sucked.
University. And I worked with him on album number 1 to 3.
Okay.
And, you guys will actually hear on Road to Success the situation about that. We kind of had a falling off, so I don't work with him no more. And yeah,
Apparently, that's the tone of the year, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Road to Success, man. That track is.
People fall off when you're on the way up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It be like that, man.
Jealousy's ugly.
It is.
But the level up now, yeah. Just actually working with T-Zang, as soon as I went into the studio, man, the vibes, just, you know what I mean? Like, we had chemistry right off the fucking bat.
That's important, too, isn't it?
Everything.
It don't work if you're not feeling it. Especially, like, being in rap, you'd understand. If you're not feeling the beat, you're not performing at your peak, so...
When you're on that stage, that's really what you're trying to do is create that chemistry with the audience anyway. Like when you're in that, it's entertainment, but like that chemistry
For sure.
is what is going to make that moment matter to these people, like, and keep them coming back.
But then you're working with, like, energy, right? Like, it's about keeping that, like... If you have an emotion in the song, it's your job for the crowd to feel it. When you're, like, if the song is sad... You're kind of projecting that to the crowd, right? But you don't want to keep that tone when they leave. Being a good artist is being able to set that tone and have them leaving, kind of happy, entertained. But they've lived through, like, all those emotions. That's how I feel as an artist. That's how I'm trying to, like, when I write, it's a little more personal, I guess.
Yeah.
I try not to, like... make it too personal or about people. That's why I get what you're saying, keeping it raw, keeping it real. I try to do the same thing, but I don't know, it's just different.
I'm a firm believer you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it.
Absolutely, right? Yeah.
And the only person stopping you is you.
Yeah, we're our own worst.
Yeah.
So now that's what it's to me is...
Back in life, and we just can't see that most of the time. In every situation, like you hold yourself back, like if you don't make the step, like you gotta take the action.
And what's really cool is that, you know what I mean, I got this headline tour, and I start seeing not just the main flyer with all the dates of this the states, but the flyers for the shows themselves for each state. You know, they have all the and then actually there's 6 or 7 artists that are opening for me. So it's like
I'm gonna be framing shit like that,
damn,
dude.
Okay, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna go there. I don't know any of these, and they are opening for me. Like, that's a huge step. You know what I mean? It's
Right?
crazy.
No, that's leveling
crazy.
up.
Like,
Yeah,
I see,
exactly,
like,
man.
Be like, like, how did you get in this position? I'm like, bro. First off,
That's like really exciting.
I went 50,000 into debt with this music over the last 3 years.
So you're 50K in.
No,
Shit.
I'm only 7. No, sorry, I'm only 6,000 in debt right now.
Okay, 6.
I paid off most of it. Luckily, my manager's a good guy.
I hear you.
Yeah, and 12 of that 1,000 went to Facebook. Yeah, so,
I hear you. Yeah.
So like, it's literally when I walk in, especially in this hometown, I'm actually very hated here. I love it. But no
That's
matter
easy
where
to
I
do
go,
in
no
Indiana.
matter where I
Don't feel
go,
bad.
Like, even like Walmart or anything, man. Like, I guarantee you, I hear D-Ray. No matter where I go, it's cool. Like, even like, I've been up to like Beach Grove and shit. I got my food for free and shit just because someone's known me and whatnot. So it's like, even though I spent that money, it shows that it worked.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
And now Facebook is actually paying me too. So like, now the promotion that I'm doing, it's starting to pay for itself. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
No,
It does.
I mean, to be honest, that's why I started looking at you myself, because when I came back I lived in California for like a few years. And when I came back, like, that's all everybody, honestly, everybody was talking about this D-Ray guy. Like, a lot of them was talking shit to be real. Like, I'm not going to say they weren't.
No, you ain't doing it right if you don't got haters, right?
I can't count how many times in Columbus, Indiana, that I've had somebody come to me and say, yo, you want to know how I found out about your music? Because this person was talking shit, then I went out.
Right.
Your music,
But I was like,
Sells a sell.
Like, fuck, I mean, honestly, I don't know why everybody's mad at me.
No,
He's just doing the damn thing. Like,
and not only that, like I've even had some older cats that you know what I mean that done some stuff in this town that I respect that's hit me up and like they've been like, yo, like you're doing everything that I did, but doing it going 10 times harder. Like I respect you, and I'm like, you know, I appreciate that. It's what it's all about. Like you can't like honestly. In my opinion, is that it's a money thing. You got to have a little bit of money to get somewhere in this thing. And for like promoters, what you were saying about like shows and stuff, what I've learned is that when I say like you got to earn your spot and the respect, like I've gotten on shows and I've gotten that call first because the promoter would say, hey, do I want to call this guy that I know is going to pay me this money and he's going to bring all these people? Or do I want to call this guy over here that, yeah, he'll pay me my money, but he's probably not going to sell any of the tickets?
Right. No,
you
exactly.
know what I mean? So it's like, it's coming. And I've had artists come like, yo, bro, you're like, why do they call you first? And that's exactly what I tell them. Their face kind of is like,
early bird gets some worm.
I'm like, you know, like literally, you know, like it's a money thing. You know, like I've handed this guy so much money, so you mean he's literally, okay, I know this dude's about it, I'm going to call him.
I mean, you're in a business. What is the main?
And hey, shout out Jay Stone because that man has gave me a lot of opportunities. Man, that's the baby show, for instance. I'll never forget the date, May 9th of 2019. That was the show that told me, is this career or is it not? You're either gonna go out here,
very
choke,
gracious,
or you're gonna go out here and kill this shit. It is my biggest show. Is still to this day my biggest show is 1,600 people. And man,
all right, that's not bad at all.
I said if I can turn the baby crowd up, I could turn any crowd up.
oh yeah,
You know, I mean,
right?
I went out there, man. I did my thing.
I haven't played a show live yet. I ain't got any room to talk.
After my set, I guess the baby fucked with me so much that he actually let me do a set with him. So on this track, next song, it shows on the music video he's getting chased by a cop and shit. So they actually had me dress up in a cop outfit.
Yes.
Which is hilarious.
Okay.
You know, I got a whole fucking sleeve of pot leaves here.
Right.
It was really cool. If you've seen any of his videos with the big old blow up babies and whatnot,
I'll have to check it out. I'll get Randall to show me for sure.
So on this track, when the next song started, the cop would chase him from one side of the stage to the next. So when the song started, you know, and he would go, I would go, you know what I mean, like chase him. And they told me, yo, he's gonna slap you. He's not gonna actually slap you though, you know. In the crowd though, you know, if you do it right, it's gonna make it look like he slapped the shit out of you. What they did not tell me is that his 350-pound bodyguards was gonna pick me up and throw me the fuck outside. yeah. So you know what I mean. It all goes well. He turns around. By the way, the baby is short as fuck. You know, shout out to him. Yeah, he's very short, but man, that man is stocky as hell. So, you know, he turns around, you know what I mean, he just takes his hand, slides it across my face, whatnot. I go to the side. Next thing you know, these motherfuckers pick me up. I'm like, oh, what's up, guys? I'm like, okay, they're going to carry me down. Let me go. No, they open the door, bro, and they toss me out. Because there's fans over here that can still see. They toss my ass out, bro. Dude, I hit the ground and whatnot, and they're like, oh, we wasn't supposed to do that, my bad. I was like, nah, bro, that was cool. Thank you so much, man. I mean, that shit was wild.
That sounds like a fun experience.
Dude, it was crazy, man. That crowd. And that literally, that was right before that was on his Baby on Baby tour. So, like, right after that, man, he skyrocketed.
Oh, yeah.
Skyrocketed. Still to this day, I paid $600 for that show. But I got 800 in tickets, so I profited 200. Then I sold merch. I don't remember how much exactly I made. But it's crazy because I only paid $600 for that show, and like I said, I paid $4,500 for a show, and it been way less than that in numbers wise.
In the entertainment industry, if people are talking about you, it don't matter if it's negative or positive.
No,
I mean, kind of, yeah.
Right. I mean, Eminem is a great example of that. I mean, they've talked shit about him.
They're gonna burn the witch no matter what happens.
What I have learned in my years of fully pursuing this as a career is that sometimes the best comment is no comment.
Exactly, no, real shit.
Sometimes, man, when somehow, like, people are talking shit on, like, my business posts and whatnot, it's sometimes hard not to kill them with kindness.
No, I feel that, yeah.
I am dab about entertainment, so my kill them with kindness is, hey, you know, appreciate you hating on us. You should go take a dab. It might help you. Right. You know, just, you know, something just a little slick out of that isn't, it's still professional, but it's a damn, hey, you know, have a nice day, thank you. But most of the time, I don't. You know what I mean? I
feel that. I'm a little more aggressive with my social media. It does not pay off.
I was very, well, I can say this. The Moneybag Yo show humbled me as an artist.
Right.
It was the first show. What's ironic is I released my album to those who say I can't rap because I was getting so much hate that I couldn't rap. You know, so I made the album to those who say I can't rap.
But it pushes you, right?
I dropped it on Christmas Day, and I had the show with Moneybagg Yo December 26th.
Okay.
So I started out my set with pants and whatnot, and I actually had shorts underneath that were DX shorts that said you could suck it in the middle of it with the X. So my plan was that my first part of my set was my second album. My second part of my set was going into my third album. So going into my second part of the set, I was like, oh fuck it, I don't give a fuck. I just dropped my pants right here on stage. Now I'm in the shorts and whatnot. And as soon as I turn around, these people see, you can suck it, whatnot. And
that's fucking hilarious.
Halfway through me performing the album, there was only a certain part of the crowd that started booing me. What's crazy about it is I never had that happen to me in all the shows I did.
I hear you.
I loved it. I was like, damn, this had never happened. Like, now I gotta fuck with you guys. So I was like, I love y'all, but I'm gonna fuck with y'all. So like after one of the track goes off and they're booing me, yo, get off the fucking stage. I was like, yo, my guy, chill out. I said, what you need to realize is that you purchased a ticket to see Moneybagg Yo. Well, what you do not realize is that you purchased a ticket to see D-Ray What It Do too. So how you doing? I'm not gonna get the fuck off the stage. I got 7 more minutes. You can keep booing me, but hey, I love you too, my guy. Starts going off even more. The next track comes off, whatnot. Yeah, dude. And I keep killing them with kindness and whatnot, fucking with them. I get off the stage. The DJ comes up to me. A couple of the security guards are like, bro, I've never seen somebody handle a crowd like that. I was like, you think I'm gonna pay $4,500 and not let you in? No, the fuck. I said, I'm not that. I'm not that.
My time right
No, because you already brought up a valid point. Because somebody went home and do you know what this motherfucker did?
Yeah, exactly.
And they still got him googling your name and shit. You feel me?
Yeah, and what's
That's
crazy
dope.
What's crazy is if you Google D-Ray What It Do, man, I'm everything on there, and it takes a lot to get that. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of social media shit to be able to be like, yo, that's you as soon as you pop up.
Actually, that's one of the things that we were talking. If you type in cast at 10xx20.com, we're the first 7 things that pop up on.
I've been
for the podcast, all the podcasts.
Building websites and doing all sorts of stuff for a better part of 10 years. So
you're right. The algorithm is.
And it's just like you said earlier about building a team, you know what I mean? Like I said, I got a manager that does all my booking for me.
That's what I need.
I have a graphic designer that does only all my graphics and, my lyric videos, etc. I have 2 videographers that do my actual music videos, you know what I mean? I'm starting to actually get a street team that's going out here and doing all this shit for me. So
You get a lot more people than I do,
It takes a
yeah.
lot of stress off of me. You know what I
No,
mean?
that's the bit. Yeah,
worry about this.
you said it.
Exactly.
Because I haven't got another album since being independent's cool and all, but trying to do too much, it makes it hard to do the art. It does. And it's super valid. The stress.
If you make it independent, you're 10 times as big as any major label out. You know what I mean? Because you did it without the backing of that.
Yeah, you're right.
You did it with your own budget. You know what I mean? You
literally
built that fan base.
Yeah.
You literally built that fan base, and that fan base is what's going to carry you for years and years and years because it's real.
And that's how I feel. I feel like I'm once I step on a stage and I'm at that point, I'm doing live shows. That's kind of it for me. I'm at that point where I did that.
I'm the type of artist, if I'm at a show, man, and
But I had help. I can't.
That's a win for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if I had 25 people come up and talk to me, that's even more of a win.
Right, that's kind of what I want. I'm gonna get to the point I get used to that even, because right now I'm not super social. I kind of don't leave the house, but having that because if you're being real and you're bringing in people that like you for you, having those crowds is gonna be way different because those are people that like you. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna have a whole lot of terrible interactions with those people. I don't imagine.
See, I'm an artist, I listen to a lot of artists, but I don't.
I get that.
I don't want to be influenced by a lot. But,
Nail on the fucking head.
There's people that come up to me and they'll be like, yo, I hear Doobie in you, or I hear NZK, and I hear this person.
Exactly.
When I say to people, I was like, that's because that's how versatile I am. And I'm not gonna lie, there are certain artists that I listen to. My biggest inspiration, T.I. You know what I mean? Biggest inspiration. Let's talk about the Skits Craven tour, because you was talking
Okay,
about
I know
crowds and
Skits
whatnot.
Craven. Yep.
One big thing that I learned with shows, especially bigger shows, if there's a long ass crowd, I'm going to that show with hella 4x6 flyers.
I hear you.
And why there's that line, every person in that line is getting one of them flyers.
Yeah. No.
So like every line that was big, you know what I mean?
That underground
shows,
life.
Like for Skits Craven, if you go on my Instagram, you can look at videos and whatnot. You'll see me go out there, and I get that crowd hyped. And right before I'm like, yo, if you ready for Skits Craven? When I say Skits, I need y'all to say Craven. You know what I mean? And get them hyped.
You let me sleep on this guy a little bit, Randall. I checked out some videos, but I didn't know you're like fucking with ABK, Skits Craven. You've man, dropped some names.
By the way, shout out to Skits Craven. Funny part about this tour. So I paid a total of $2,000 for the tour. The shows by itself, paid another $1,000 for hotels, paid another $1,000 for rental and gas.
That's the real life.
And then I paid another $2,000 for merch.
Damn.
In 6 days, I sold out of merch and made all my money back plus $2,000.
Fuck yeah, no, that's
I had 2 more dates.
living the dream.
2 more dates with him. One was out in Colorado. We already had our plane booked out there and shit. I get a call from the promoter. And he says, yo, man, in my 15 years of doing this, I've never had to call an artist and say, yo, I owe you money. And I said, what the fuck do you mean? He was like, Skits don't want you on the tour no more.
He don't want.
I said, hold on, what? He don't want
I'm
me on the
fucking
tour.
done.
He was like, yeah, he's like, you sold out of merch, didn't you? I was like, hold on, this is about me selling out of merch? I was like, bro, I said, dude sold out of merch, like, in 3 days. They had to restock up. I said, what the fuck? He was like, bro, he's like, from what I can tell, bro, you're too bright.
You're too bright.
And I said,
Ain't that some shit?
I said at that point, I was like, you know what, cool. I said, I'm gonna still go out to Colorado, enjoy my time, cool, whatever. But when he said that I'm too bright, when I can say that, like I said, I've done a lot of shows.
No, that's humbling.
I've done a lot of shows with artists, and like for instance, ABK. When you go to an ABK show, you can feel that is ABK energy. When you go
I
to
feel
Luigi
that.
Mac, and you feel Luigi Mac. When Skits Craven says he's the king of fucking horrorcore, when I say this man is dark, this man is fucking dark.
I hear you.
When I say, on all 6 shows that I did back to back in all these different states, man, every time I went into looked at this crowd, when I say I'm an energy person, I can feel energy. I didn't know if this person's energy was good, bad. I do. It was
right.
dude, it was insane. But when I say that I turned up every fucking crowd, and that's why he was saying I was too bright. Is because
no, I get that. Yeah.
Skits is like he skits. He's like it's all about him. You know what I mean? Like and it's for the fact the way that I got it is that I was turning up the crowd way too much. He wasn't expecting me to be that, to be where I'm at. You know what I mean? At the age that I'm at and doing what I'm doing. And I'm sitting there by his merch guy and I'm selling all this merch. I actually had his green room every night that I was on that tour because he didn't use the green room. His DJ allowed me to use the green room and shit, so that was a very cool experience. It actually caused shit with them and whatnot. I was on stage with Skits on the Columbus, Ohio show, and I was taking videos for him. That's all I was trying to do. I was trying to get good shots, send them to him and whatnot.
That's dope.
Skits got fucking pissed.
Really?
That's the night I got pissed. I got kicked off the tour after that. Like, he didn't say anything to me or whatnot, but he said something to them. Like, I even asked the DJ. I was like, is it cool? And he's like, yeah, bro, you're cool and whatnot. I got a bunch of great pictures, all kinds of shit. That show was crazy, man. When I say the sound guy was fucking ass. All
right, I hear you.
He fucked up my mic. He fucked up everything. I ended up going a cappella with the crowd. They fucking loved it. You know what I mean? I saved it. I got a video of them being like, fuck the sound guy.
Fuck to say.
Fix your shit. And when he fucked up Skits Craven shit, I knew that it wasn't my shit, you know what I mean?
No,
and
yeah.
When he literally told the sound guy, he's like, bro, you got 3 minutes to fucking fix my shit or I'll slit your fucking throat.
God damn.
And I was like,
good bro.
Get off the stage. Nah, dude. I was like, damn.
That's not my kind of energy.
Damn. He was like, nah, he fixed this shit real quick. I was like, damn, bro, that's wild, man. That's jeez. respect to him and whatnot. You know, but like I said, bro, I got kicked off tour. You know, I'm D-Ray. What to do? Hey, what the fuck? Dab about it, bro.
I hear you, man. That's
And
that party
I
vibe.
I gained so many fans, and I signed so many titties on that tour.
I hear you.
All kinds of sizes of titties. Actually, this one girl that I signed, Skits actually, and it was at the same show at the Columbus, Ohio show.
Word.
This girl that he actually wanted her to stay. Because at the end of the show, he would have the crowd lined up and he would give them signatures and shit, and they'd come by my merch table and shit. He wanted her to specifically stay until everybody left because he wanted to talk to her.
Right.
Whatever. Well, she was over there talking to my wife and shit. And
Excuse
she was
me.
like, she heard that I signed titties. She was like, yeah, you want to sign my titties? And I was like, yeah, I got you. She's like, go ahead and sign both of them.
That's
I'm like,
fucking
okay,
hilarious.
Ray, what it do, you know what I mean?
Bet.
Well, I guess Skits was going to sign her titties. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, so like, you
Let's
know,
slit your
everybody
fucking throat.
leaves and whatnot, and old girl comes up, and all I hear, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna sign your titties. He's like, who's that? And she's like, oh, that D-Ray signed it. And like, when I say this man gave me the most demonic look in my fucking life, he was just like, and I was like, oh, my bad, dog, my bad.
I didn't know.
So I think there's a lot of things that played in to get me getting kicked off tour. You know what I mean?
I get it. That shit happens, I guess, huh?
I will say, Ouija
Some people
Mac.
don't like sharing the spotlight.
Ouija Mac, but it's crazy because he's already getting paid.
Right.
To artists like that, in my opinion, there's artists like me. They are the reason that us artists get on tours like that to gain our fame.
Yeah, I'm all about sharing.
You know what
I have no problem.
Yeah, 'cause they
But I will
already
say
have
with
it.
the Ouija Mac, the Louisville, Kentucky show, I probably will never forget this show, man. That show was fucking wild. I will never go back to this fucking venue again. First off, you go into this venue and it's in a fucking, half of it's a warehouse over here, and then it leads, it's sketchy as fuck first looking in.
Is it called The Warehouse by
it's called,
chance?
like WWME or
Okay, I
something.
got you.
You walk in, bro, there's no security, and it's like,
Sounds
bring your own
familiar.
beer and shit. And I'm like, hold on.
Bring your own
I'm
beer,
like, hold on,
okay.
hip hop, bring your own beer. No security? Oh, there's gonna, no.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Ugly.
wild.
Nah,
It's gonna
no,
be wild.
that's not a good
That's
intro,
punk
bro.
shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the fuck, you know what I mean? I was like, cool, because I always take security to shows with me and so just
I
in
got
case
you.
of stuff, you know what I mean?
No, you
makes-
can't be
it
too
makes you
safe
more
these days,
professional as an
no.
artist,
I get
because
it.
If I have two people in orange shirts walking with me front and back everywhere I go, then you just start seeing people turn their heads. Who the fuck is this guy?
Right.
Because he's got two bright ass people walking around it. You know, it's just
You're too bright.
It's a business thing.
Nah, right. Makes you,
But
it
man,
makes,
that show when I
makes
say
you look important.
yes,
is what it
yeah,
does.
exactly,
I get it.
exactly. And that Ouija Max show, bro. Oh my god, when I say they did a mosh pit and whatnot, D-Ray what a do does not do mosh pits. You know what I mean? They're cool and whatnot. Not for me. This mosh pit
Duality,
is fucking
respect.
Because like I said, there's no security. You know what I mean? And it wasn't just beer. I mean, there's hard liquor in there. You know what I mean?
I hear
Everyone's
you.
drunk as fuck. And dude, I seen a girl get knocked the fuck out. Dude, I watched this girl and her boyfriend. She's she's like, yo, let's get in this mosh pit. He was like, no. She was like, oh, I'm hopping in. Like, dude, a dude that's like 300 pounds, 600, or 600.
Yeah.
Bro, hits this girl. She just straight hits the ground. Bam, bam. He literally, the boyfriend
Damn.
runs in, picks her up, drags her up. He starts smacking her in the face, bro. He's like, wake up, bitch, wake up.
Jesus.
And I'm looking over and I'm like, yeah, that's why, no.
Yeah, that's a
No,
liability
yeah,
issue
this is an
there,
all-age
ain't
show,
it?
Right? This is an all-age show. Like I said,
What? Hold on, wait.
This is an all-age show. There's
Calm down,
there's
Ouija.
like 2 5-year-olds in this. Okay, look, I watched this 5-year-old, bro. There is this chick, I mean, just shaking her ass, all right? I mean, just straight twerking. This little 5-year-old boy just keeps, like, getting closer. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, you better chill out, dude. Like, you gonna get knocked out by some ass, dude. Like,
I'm fucking dead.
Dude, literally, he gets so close that if this woman literally would have took one step back and, I mean, shook her right ass cheek, that kid was knocked the fuck out. At this point, I'm like, hold on. Where's this kid's fucking mom? What? I look over. There's another kid over there with the mom.
I'm fucking dead.
I'm like, yo, I tell one of my security, I'm like, yo, get that kid. Like, get him, I was pushing him back. And he pushes
D-Ray is for the kids. You heard him.
Bro, I was like, holy shit, man, this is wild, bro.
I'm
This is
fucking
wild.
dead.
And like I'm very professional with shit. So like with shows like that,
I
those are shows
understand,
I'm like,
trust me.
That's not for me. It's just not a situation for me. You know what I mean?
That's a liability issue, though.
It is,
Yeah, I get
is,
it.
And I'm like, fuck, because I was like, how the fuck are they doing this? Like,
Where's your
legally,
parents at?
anyways. Because like, I would assume you have to have liquor license and shit. Like at my venue, I have liquor license. I was like, okay, this is cool, but to an extent that something happens, then it's a huge, whatever. I was like, God damn, man. Yeah, that show was fucking wild, dude.
That's the real underground.
Bro. I mean, and not only that, like this mosh pit, bro, these people that was like in the front row, just standing there, these motherfuckers was moshing into their backs. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, goddamn, people were like, this one dude, I mean, he was small. Bro, dude, he was small as hell, and this dude, big old dude, knocks him just straight down.
Damn.
Dude helps him up. Dude's like, hell yeah, bro, gives him a hug. I'm like, these motherfuckers.
I've
is
seen it,
wild,
yeah.
bro. Dude, goddamn, man.
Many
Holy
a shows.
shit.
Yeah, I'm with this
I
guy.
say on the Skids Crazy tour, the funnest show on that tour was the Cleveland, Ohio show.
Ohio has some really good.
Ohio, out of any state that I perform in.
He said, "Fuck off."
They have, man.
Ohio, I've heard. Ohio's
Respectfully.
always got a lot of respect for the underground. I've heard. So.
They've got a really great metal scene. I've Mushroom Head. Who else? That Dope is out there. A lot of people, a lot of good metal I've listened to since high school. That's why I like Ohio. But they've had some hip hop too. People don't know them for hip hop that I know of. A lot of people I know just do metal.
Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, Cleveland, and Middletown, Ohio.
They've got a strong hip hop scene, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dayton, Ohio's got a venue called Odd Bodies. That venue is fucking beautiful. Beautiful. It's I don't know. It's like 600-700 cap. The venue that we're doing,
yeah.
that Doobie's doing in Kokomo, it's like 750 cap. And I know when the tickets first went on sale yesterday morning, there was already like 150 to 200 sold online. So the show's definitely gonna sell out. And I only have.
That's only you have 30 tickets for.
Well, I originally had 50. I only have 25 left. So I've already.
Right? Damn, you're selling tickets.
The last time I did a Doobie show, I sold 80 tickets and I profited 500 just off tickets. And then I think I did like 500.
So he just draws it in, huh?
Yeah. And like I said, every show that I've done with Doobie has gotten bigger. The last show that I done with Doobie, I proposed to my wife.
I'm hearing you.
So that was crazy.
See, I'm thinking about how I move on the chessboard now. That's why I like doing this podcast. It is because it opens your perspective up a lot. Because normally people don't talk about the business, and so you don't know what's real or not. That's why we keep getting taken advantage of as artists. You feel me? Like, and that's been the tone of my last 2 years. You feel me? Really wanting to trust people I looked up to, and then like losing like huge amounts of fucking money. But that's part of the game. You know what I mean?
Even like with all these shows that I've done, that I've like sometimes I paid for shows, and like it's just, like I said, I've learned to pick and choose shows that are pay to play, because if
Said a fucking mouthful.
Itself, you know, the headliner. Like I said, Doobie, his name itself is selling all these tickets. You know?
Yeah, no, I keep hearing his name. That's how I know.
You know what I mean? So
Because
like,
you know you're
there's
gonna
been
get a
shows.
guaranteed audience.
There's been shows that, you know what I mean, I literally lost $600 on because nobody wanted tickets until I was like, yo, I got 30 free tickets, who want them? But as an artist, it shows people like, damn, like he doesn't care to, you know, to do that, because it is a part of the game. I don't care to get 30 free tickets out to a few shows to get heads in the building.
No,
So
yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Just come visit my merch. You know what I mean?
And that's
Come
what's going to
buy it,
make
that's
people
fine.
want to hire you later.
That's enough for me.
Right.
That's
And
going to
I
get
think
you
a lot
job
of-
security
It's
then.
everything.
Like I'm a people person to an extent, you know.
To an extent, exactly, I
I've
get that.
I've had people at like my merch table, like drunk girls before, come up and they will like hug me and stuff, and then they start slurring the words. I'm like, hold on. I'm a type. I like the stage dive. My manager hates it.
My manager hates.
There's definitely a technique to doing it. You got to know how to float. But you know, what I mean, like obviously, I don't care to be touched.
Carefully.
Like jump in the crowd or whatnot. But like
I hear
other
that.
stuff. For instance, at the New Year's Eve show, man, I wanted to kick this dude in the face so bad in the front row. Normally, they have a guardrail up, you know, at this venue. They didn't have the guardrail up. This dude was definitely hammered. Don't know what the fuck he was on. But he was like over the stage. So like every
I
time
got
went
you,
over
yeah.
there, like,
No
he was literally,
bueno.
like touching me. You know, like his hands was like, oh, so it got to the point to where it's frustrating me as an entertainer because I can't even come over and fuck with this side of the crowd.
Yeah, I
All
get
over
you.
it. And I look at my security. He literally goes over and like pushed me back. He's like, dude, leave me the fuck alone. You know what I mean? Because the shit was wild. And then literally later that night, right before like Kasky came on and shit, I guess he tried to do some shit and security go to pull him off and get him out of the building. I was in the bathroom. And the main security guard of the show, they're trying to get the guy to go out. And the main security guy goes on. He's trying to tell his story so he don't get kicked out. And then the security guard was like, yeah, well, you know what I mean? He's already been fucking with D-Ray and shit. And old dude was like, man, fuck D-Ray. And he was like, man, I'll let you know this. That was the wrong fucking say. Or wrong thing to say, you guy. And it straight kicked him out. I was like, man, the respect that I have in this building, you know what I mean, is crazy.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
And it's crazy, like, you know what I mean? Like, the, shout out AWR Gary, which is that security guard I'm talking about. Like I just got booked to do an AWR show July 7th in Kokomo, Indiana. And AWR is ECW times 10. Them
I hear you.
motherfuckers is wild.
Like
Okay.
Death matches and
Yep.
shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about the hardcore shit, Randall.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Like Ian Ryder.
That's lit. Yeah.
Yeah, he actually he's very cool because he was like, yo, bro, if you could find somebody that'll let you bust some light bulbs across their back, bro, I got you during your performance. Hit him, my buddy Paul. He actually is the only other person that has the logo tatted on his hand. I was like, yo, bro, will you take some light bulbs across your back? He's like, fuck yeah, bro, let's do it. I hit the dude up. He was like, Gary up, and he's like, yeah, bro, bet, let's do it. So that's gonna be cool to be able to do. It's very cool to perform in a wrestling room.
Yeah,
Because it's a 360 platform.
I have a plot of land I've been thinking about doing that on, but I don't have, like, it would be super small if I did it as a venue. So it'd be something you'd, like, maybe shoot music videos on or something. I don't know yet.
What I have found
It's
out
in the
is
works.
that sometimes the 360 platform doesn't work out because once I start my set, and, you know, I start getting a feel for the crowd. Sometimes there's kids over here, and, you know, I'm a very split artist. So, like, on some of the tracks, I'm like, yep, I can't fuck with this side of the crowd right now.
Especially with it being a wrestling show, I guarantee there's going to be kids.
Yeah. So, like, I find that side of the ring that, you know what I mean, I can fuck with. And
I'd imagine that's an experience too.
so, like,
Yeah.
the last one was very
That sounds
cool
fun.
because
I'm
there was
alright.
they was some younger dudes, 18, 19. They was all hyped up in the back and shit. So, like, they was over in the corner. So, like, I ended up getting on the corner post on the middle rope and shit, whatnot.
Fuck
I always take my championship as well. And he actually hates because it's WWE. So,
Right, I hear you.
we did this skit to where at the end of my set, he basically came in. He was like, yo, bro, fuck that belt, man. Here's the real belt. And then hands me the AWR belt and whatnot. Made the crowd go wild. You know, just something different. And you'll actually see that belt in the Whiskey and Cocaine video dropping on March 24th.
Whiskey and Cocaine on March 24th.
Hip-hop and rock track.
I'm excited to hear that. That's the kind of vibe I like.
Yes, sir. So I'm releasing Whiskey and Cocaine on March 24th as basically the first track to promote the album. Right. And then 2 weeks later,
Duality, to each their own.
I'm gonna be releasing Level Up, which is actually the main track for the album.
Level
It'll
up.
only be released on YouTube though, and then the album will be released on all major platforms.
That's dope. I like everything's been really positive too, and
Man, what I can say about this album is that you can see a change in D-Ray what it do. Like,
I hear you.
If you started listening to me at the beginning, my first album was Stonyville, and then Forever Blessed, and then to those who say I can't rap to now, I can say that there's gonna be a lot of tracks that my fans will not be expecting for the simple fact
I
that
hear
the
you.
album is a lot of chiller tracks. It's a lot
No,
of
that's
chiller
dope.
tracks, a lot of more motivational tracks. inspirational tracks. But I do have a track on here called Savage. My wife hates this fucking track. I've never out of all my tracks I've never had my wife be like, yo, I fucking hate this track. And it makes me love it even more. Because like I'm a true storyteller. And once you guys hear it,
that's how you know it's
not
real.
The hook that you'll be like, oh, this is why she doesn't like it. It's the verses, and it's the first verse mainly. The story behind it is when we first met, we did Molly for 4 days straight. On the second night, my baby mama came through, and we got her to take some Molly, and we had a threesome. The first night went well, you know. The second night, she came back again, totally different person. So my wife now sees that the size that I've seen of this woman, and she's like, dude, this bitch is a totally different person. This bitch the whole night getting jealous, my guy. So this verse is about that, that whole night.
I hear you.
And it's very hilarious. Like I literally, one of the bars in it is I said I had to spring my baby mama out of my life or I'll be on Jerry.
Oh Lord. That's too funny.
Yeah, but bro, it's ornery fucking track, man. It's ornery.
I'll be checking this shit out.
We did the music video, man. The music video for that, which is actually shot by a totally different person. It's shot by Brian Foster, ER Media. My normal guy is Ghost Films Media, but Brian did an amazing job with it. And like once you hear the title, Whiskey and Cocaine, you're thinking a straight party scene. And it's totally different. Like, it's a totally different scene.
I hear you.
And the storytelling in it is crazy.
It honestly makes sense for it to be ornery though, because we live in an ornery world, and if you're writing
No, it is.
shit,
No, you're not wrong.
I'm the type of
Everybody's
person
ready to
who
fight.
You know what I mean? And like, even though like I talk about like me doing certain drugs, I'm also the type of person like I have common sense with it.
Exactly.
I'm not saying go out here and do this shit.
Respect for that.
Do it. You know what I mean? Don't let the drug do you. Do the drug.
Know your limits.
And not only that, like I love cocaine. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer. If it's not
Respect,
90%,
duality.
put that shit up your nose. You know what I mean? There's people, I don't trust anybody from Indiana. I tell you that, man. But just like even with like Molly, the party drugs, the LSD,
You getting the real.
psychedelics. I'll be honest with you. I haven't tripped in months because I've had 6 bad trips. And man,
I
bad
get
trips
you.
are not fucking fun.
No, they're not.
Dude, and I've had a couple friends be like, "Oh, when you gonna be ready?" I do not know. I do not know when I'm ready. I do not know when my brain's gonna be like, "Hey, you can visit," because it's just like,
Yeah, no, I feel that. Exactly.
I used literally when I first started writing music, and I did acid all the time. Man, I literally wrote most of my tracks off of trips. Right. You know what I mean? I trip and I literally write 2 or 3 tracks off of that trip. After after all this shit and whatnot. So. But yeah, I wild out for a long time, and then then them 6 bad trips put me in my place.
Most of us did when we were young, I think. At least these days.
Kinda.
I hate ecstasy.
At least a little bit of wild on that.
I've not tried that one yet.
I hate ecstasy because
I did a lot of ecstasy when I was young.
I prefer Molly over ecstasy because it's more the vibe. Molly to me is a
Heard.
let-go drug. I mean, you were talking about. I can't dance. I jiggy, but when
I'm
on
jiggy,
Molly,
I feel you, dog.
I'm getting it in that motherfucker.
Right. I used to sit there and do glow sticks on string. I always did take some Molly. I'd sit there and put glow sticks on strings and fucking do like light shows and shit, bro.
I feel that, right?
And a cool way that a lot of people don't know that may wonder like how I come up with my tracks or like my beats, because I own 100% of my masters. Right. I own all of my music.
That's important. He said something real there.
Never as an artist signed to a label. Ever. For the simple fact that they could change everything about me.
Right, all they're doing is, they own your shit after that. They own you.
It gets 25% of everything that I make, so.
And it's too easy to distribute on your own anymore.
If you own all your masters as an artist, it makes you that much more legit, that much more professional.
No, you said some real shit there. As for most people lose out, isn't it? They sign to a label and don't realize.
Like when I first started out, I actually bought a few leases and whatnot, and I got to the point I'm like, why would I write a track and put my all into it to know someone else out here has this beat?
Right, I feel like that would be common sense.
The exclusives and shit, I was like, you know what I mean? Like, how can I make this so when this beat comes on, you're like, that's a D-Ray what it do beat. You know,
You
that's
feel
it.
me?
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Finding your style. So basically, the way that I do, I hit the studio and I'll look at the producer and whatever 3 tracks that I'm feeling that day, whether it be a Wiz track, a MGK track, or something. We're gonna take all 3 of those tracks. We're gonna look up the BPMs, and then we're gonna say we're gonna put all 3 of these tracks together to make it you. You know what I mean? More of inspiration than anything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
We
hear you.
basically take the BPMs, and that's why sometimes that's what makes me so versatile is that you know what I mean. You never know what type of beat I'm gonna hit you with at the BPM. Because that's the way that I do it, and that's what. Because sometimes I'll do a whole, like I said, this new album's a bunch of melody stuff, man. I'm getting very comfortable with my voice. I've learned that you do not have to be able to sing to be able to sound fucking.
No, that's dope. Yeah.
I said they saw the Whiskey and Cocaine songs like your first hip hop / rock
Yeah,
song,
and it's
right?
influenced by Kid Rock.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love
definitely. I would say that it was influenced off of Cocky and Devil Without a Cause.
You know, honestly, if he had good albums, those 2 would be it.
That would be the best. Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, man. And like I said, I get a lot of influence. So my new track, Turn on the Lights, it was actually influenced by Outkast, The Way You Move, and Mike Posner.
Now you're speaking my language.
Cooler than me. So, and if you go and listen to the track and you're like, oh shit, I actually hear that now.
Right, I feel that.
Because I'm the type, like club music, the prime of hip hop was early 2000s.
I was.
And I'm the type, like, obviously, you got the new age and all that shit. I'm the type that, when it's like Turn on the Lights, you hear that early 2000s in there. But you hear D-Ray what it do as well. So I'm trying to, take all that I listen to and, you know what I mean, still bring that to the table.
Yep. I think you get it. You're doing the thing.
Yeah, and all of that, like I said, when you hear Forever Blessed, you know what I mean, because I did the whole Joker theme, the whole, the face paint and whatnot.
Oh, see, that's the one I'm gonna have to check out. I'm gonna get that
I
vibe.
have Dizzy Wright is on that album. Cassidy
Fuck yeah.
on that album. Yeah. So that album. My biggest project is one that's really fucking nobody really knows about is Let's Keep It Real with LSD and PRG out of Ohio. It has over 200,000 streams as a whole as a project. Right. So my biggest track is 100 on Spotify is 170,000 with My Story, and then Get Turned with Little White. I've done over 1.5 million streams on all platforms so far.
It's not too bad. You're doing better than I am.
I'm only 26. So.
I've not probably been putting as much effort into mine yet, though.
But I think on that note, we should dab about it here.
Hey,
Dab about it, right?
It's cool because, man, I hear there's a lot of, like, older people, like, that's been in the industry, in the business.
Right.
That, like, sound guys and shit, like, they'll come up to me, they're like, bro, you're an OG. You're a vet. I'm like, bro, I'm young. They're like, nah, what I'm saying is you got the knowledge of a 40-year-old in this music business, man. And I'm like, bro, well, I appreciate that. I'm only learning and growing, that's all you can do.
That's important, exactly. No respect.
Let you do have the honors.
Yeah,
Since you're the guest tonight.
I'm ready for it. Oh, damn, it's already
You know how to use this, right?
Yeah. It's been a while since I used one of these, but yes, sir. I just put it in there and just put it on.
Yeah. There you go. Just drop it in.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I got all that bitch. Go. Yeah. Hell yeah, man. That tasted very nice. Oh, shit. This is it.
Them fucking diamonds.
I prefer glass bangers.
Yeah, I mean...
The e-nails are very nice, though. They are. I
figure
feel
for
like...
this kind of setup, it's easier to use something like this.
No, of course. I just feel like on this, like, especially like with a bigger dab, if this person's sitting there coughing, it's burning up because it's staying at that same temp.
Yeah.
Rather than like a glass banger, it's cooling down. And I feel like the taste is different, whatnot. But that, whatever that is, bro, that's fucking. Hey, shout out to you, bro. That shit's nice.
The Gushments.
That's the Gushments? Okay.
Delta 8, of course.
Now I know. 29, 86, and 73 mixed.
It's funny that you just said that, man. I don't know if you've seen the post about the guy hating on the company and basically complaining that he couldn't go outside of his job in the parking lot and smoke a joint. Yeah, like, dude, he was straight, like, trashing on the company and whatnot.
I mean, that's
So, like,
somewhat reasonable.
My comment to him was like, hey, bro, here at Dab About It Entertainment, you can smoke as much weed as you
Yeah,
want.
this chair.
You know?
I saw that post, actually, yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, oh, here, I get out too late.
You get, bro. Yeah, no judgment here for sure. Whatever gets the job done. Hold on, if you're making me money, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. What the hell? This is the highest I've been in a while. This is what we should have been filming. Shit.
And actually, to show my love for you bringing me on the podcast, I'm gonna show y'all this whiskey and cocaine video.
What?
Yeah.
That's love. Nah, see, that means
You
a
get
lot to
special
me
previews,
too.
y'all hear that?
I like new music. That's why you do shit like this.
Yeah, I don't know where you guys want me to set this. and whatnot. Yeah.
My bad. Just trying to survive this dab. Oh, already fucking with it. Okay. I get what you're saying, I hear it. Oh yeah. Have to call me Ricky Bobby. I did.
He actually put a guitar solo on this as well.
Gotta have a solo. No, I don't hate this at all.
Definitely like the vibe.
Yeah, man, it's something that you wouldn't expect. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's out of the box.
That's what, honestly, that's what this that people are wanting.
It's exactly what you need for this area, though. You
And
feel me?
Like I say in one of my new tracks as well, I said everybody wants to be a rapper, so you got to make yourself stand out.
But this is like, I'm not trying to be offensive, but like some Midwest shit for real, for real. I think it's gonna do well around
I
here,
appreciate
dog.
it, man. I've actually performed it once live, man, and the crowd went fucking wild.
I bet.
So,
That is
and
fucking
it's like,
dope.
Like I, said,
I
it's
like
a whole
it.
different lane for me, you know what I mean? And honestly, that's the rock version of it comes from my dad. So,
Bet. Respect. Well, we appreciate that. How long did we do this? We're trying to beat our high score. Corey.
About an hour and 20 minutes.
Hour and 20 minutes. That's our longest yet.
yeah.
Bet.
Yeah.
Fist bumped on this one.
I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Got me really fucking high.
Yeah, man. I gotta give you a deeper what it is.
After I finished dying. No, we appreciate you, brother. It was a really good episode. I'm excited about this one. So I'm gonna chop and screw it a little bit, and then there will be like a uncensored version on the website. We got to make them work for it a little bit.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, and if you guys send me links and whatnot, I'll be sure to promo and whatnot for you guys.
Absolutely, we'll work up some stuff like some little press kits. I'll get together with him. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, cool. And like I said,
Bet.
if you're at the show next weekend, man, network with the artists and, you know what I mean?
That's when we can do pictures and video and shit.
So I get some more,
Yeah, bro.
some
Hey,
more
and
guests on
hey,
the show.
you guys are more than welcome to set up in that bitch if you wanted to before like because the artist.
You heard him.
PM, if you ever you wanted something like that, you know what I mean?
You feel ready for something like that, Randall?
For sure.
All right.
Even if it's like at a later show to where we can promote it more, you know what I mean? To where I can make sure it's all set up to where it's more of a action.
They ain't gonna take nothing to print out some flyers
Right.
and stuff to hand out.
Right. But it's just something different, you know what I mean? It definitely gets like y'all's name out there as well. So
I'm down to street team for this. No, yeah.
And we can sell
Let's
some
do
merch.
this.
I'll sell some
I
more
do.
pipes and stuff. I'll put my
I do.
pipes out and shit.
I normally do.
Do what you need to.
Last year I did 2 shows a month at the club. This year with my schedule, I don't know what it's really gonna look like because all of it's booked up. Last year I did a couple friendly competitions, and artists, the best performance won $250. So I come in there, I got a digital sound level meter, and
Hell yeah.
everybody's performance. I'd get the crowd, I'd say the artist's name, the crowd get loud, and everybody see the level. So everything was
I got
fair.
you, yeah.
But this year when I come back with it, it's gonna be the best performance wins $500.
$500 is $500.
Yeah.
Sounded
and then,
good.
Y'all know, I do a Halloween party every October.
Halloween.
Yeah, and
I'm fucking with that one.
yeah, so this year be the Halloween party, volume 5. I normally do best 5 costumes, win $100 a piece. Oh, we have
Let's
5
go.
barbecue pork at the venue.
Mm. He said the nachos. I hear you. I'm gonna be trying those nachos now.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man! I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, much respect, brother.
Nice.
Y'all be safe.
Yes, sir.
Did you just fart? Are you serious,
Yeah.
Bertha?
Nice meeting y'all too.
Dog. She really just like walked up to her and went.